today what we'll be working on is adding and subtracting square roots. So the try this is to combine like terms, so put me on pause and give that a try and then come back and check your answers. So remember, in order to combine like terms, you have to have the same variables, and then you just add and subtract the coefficients. So I see here we have a 3x here and a minus 7x, so those are like terms, so we subtract the coefficients. So we have 3 minus 7 is negative 4, so it's negative 4x. And then I see here we have a negative 11y and a positive 9y. So negative 11 plus 9 is negative 2y. And then we have here 5xy, negative 10xy. 5 minus 10 is negative 5, so it'll be negative 5xy. So adding and subtracting radicals is basically the same thing. Okay, so you need to have the same radical, so only square roots add with square roots, cube roots would add with cube roots, and you have to have the same radicand, so that's the number underneath. So basically you have to have like terms. You're going to add or subtract the coefficients. Remember, that's the number that's in front of the radical. And then you're going to keep the radical and the radicand. All right, so let's take a look at the first one here. So we have 3 the square root of 5 minus 4 the square root of 5. So notice they both have the same radical. They both have the same radicand. They both have a square root of 5. So those are like terms. So we're going to add or subtract the coefficients, the 3 minus 4. So I know my radical, my square root, is going to be 5. So then I just have to worry about the coefficients, 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So you could put the negative 1 like that, negative 1 the square root of 5, or you could just put negative square root of 5 like that. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. 5 the square root of 7 plus 3 the square root of 11. Now, these do not have the same radicands. One's a 7, one's an 11. And so we can't add them like that, but can we simplify? Can we simplify the square root of 7? No, there's no perfect square that goes into 7. Can we simplify the square root of 11? No, we can't simplify the square root of 11, so we cannot add them. So your answer is still just 5 the square root of 7 plus 3 the square root of 11. We can't add them. All right, next one, number 3. 2 the square root of 3 plus 4 the square root of 75. So not the same radicands. One's a 3, one's the square root of 75. But we can simplify the square root of 75. So what perfect square goes into 75? That is 25. Hold on, sorry, I didn't give myself enough room. So before, bring down that 4, the square root of 25 and 3. That kind of makes sense because, remember, in order to add, you have to have the same radicand. So if this is a 3, this must surely have to be a 3 also. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to add them. So then we have 4. The square root of 25 is 5. So it's 4 times 5. Don't do anything to the square root of 3. So we have 20, the square root of 3. And now I'm going to bring 2, the square root of 3, plus, because there was a plus there. So now we have the same radicand. They're both the square root of 3. So we have 22, add the coefficients, the square root of 3. All right, let's take a look at number 4. So number 4 is 6 the square root of 3 plus 4 the square root of 2 plus the square root of 3. Now remember, that square root of 3 at the end is really a 1 in front, okay, if there's no coefficient written. So now I have 3 things going on. I have a square root of 3 here and a square root of 3 here. Those I can add, but the square root of 2, I won't be able to add that middle term in. And we can't simplify the square root of 2. All right, so let's work with the square root of 3 first. So I know I'm going to have a square root of 3. So we have 6 plus 1 is 7, the square root of 3. And then this guy here, that middle term, we're going to just add that at the end for the square root of 2. Okay, so let's take a look at number 5. 6 the square root of 2 plus 3 the square root of 8 plus 2 the square root of 32. All right, so we cannot add them like this, but I'm going to simplify. I can't simplify the 2. I can simplify the square root of 8, and I could simplify the square root of 32. So let's do that now. What perfect square goes into 8? That would be 4 times 2. Okay, so then we have 3. The square root of 4 is 2. And then we have the square root of 2. So then this becomes 6 the square root of 2. Now it's going to simplify the square root of 32. All right, so we bring down the 2. What perfect square goes into 32? That's 16. Remember, I was looking for the largest. Times 2. Square root of 16 times the square root of 2, which is kind of good because then I'll be able to add them all together. The square root of 16 is 4. And we have 2 times 4 is 8, so it's going to be plus 8, the square root of 2. And then we're going to bring down that first term, 6 the square root of 2. So I can actually add all of these together because they all have the same square root of 2. So we're going to add the coefficients. So we have 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 8 is 20. So my final answer would be 20. The square root of 2. All right, and let's take a look at number 6, last one. So number 6 is 4 the square root of 12 plus the square root of 16. So that should stick out because 16 is a perfect square. Minus 2 the square root of 27 minus 2 the square root of 36. And that should also stick out because that's also a perfect square, the 36. All right, so let's start simplifying. I'm going to start with the 4 and the square root of 12. All right, so we have 4 the square root of 12. What perfect square goes into 12? That would be 4 times 3. The square root of 4 is 2. So we have 8 the square root of 3. Now this is nice because the square root of 16, that's a perfect square. That's just plus 4 here. And then we have, let's simplify, negative 2 the square root of 27. So what perfect square goes into 27? 9 and 3. The square root of 9 is 3. Sorry, I meant to write 2 there. So we have negative 2 times 3, because that's the square root of 9. And then we have the square root of 3. And then we have negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, the square root of 3. And then look at that last term. We have this square root of 36. That's actually a perfect square. But we still have that negative 2. So it's negative 2 times, and then the square root of 36 is 6. So we have negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. All right, so now let's combine like terms. I can combine 8 the square root of 3 minus 6 the square root of 3. So that's 2 the square root of 3, right? 8 minus 6 is 2. And then I could actually add the integers. 4 minus 12. 4 minus 12 is negative 8. So that would be my final answer. 2 the square root of 3 minus 8. If you write it like this, negative 8 plus 2 the square root of 3, same thing. Okay, so that's it, and we'll practice more tomorrow. Everyone have a good day.